Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well and fine out there. So today I'm going to show you how you can shoot I-type film in your SX-70. So let's get right into it. So as you may all know by now, whether you're a beginning shooter of Polaroid film or someone who's been shooting for quite some time, you would know that SX-70 film or SX-70 cameras only take either 600 film with an ND filter or regular SX-70 film. So there's no way to shoot I-type film in an SX-70 just because it does not have a battery on the bottom. Where did I put it? Right here. So this is an I-type pack. This is I-type film. It doesn't have a battery on the pack itself. It's specifically made for I-type cameras such as the One Step Plus, which is right here. This has an internal battery inside. It's rechargeable on the back right there. So yeah, you can use this camera as many times as you want as long as you charge it. And the film is cheaper. It's 16 bucks compared to Polaroid SX-70 600 film, which is 19, I believe. Yeah, 19 bucks. So $2 cheaper, you know. It's not a huge difference, but you know, it definitely helps. When I first started shooting with Polaroid, I was shooting with 600 film at first. And then once I saved enough money for an I-type camera, it definitely helped me a lot. Just because I was in high school and I didn't have much money at the time. But yeah, I-type film was, I think, a good addition to the Polaroid family. Yeah, you know, there's all these like fun new frames that come with the I-type as well. Unfortunately, they don't make it for the SX-70 or 600 cameras. There are a few for 600 cameras, but for SX-70, as far as I know, there haven't been any special edition films for the camera. And you probably wanted to use that kind of film on your SX-70, but because it's an I-type, you can't power the camera, and so that's a huge bummer. I've run into that problem before, but then once I started using this method, everything changed. And it was kind of nice. It is nice. It's always nice to use like special edition frames on your SX-70. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So the way this method works, which is probably one of the easiest that I've found, well, it's the only one I've tried so far. There are many other methods to using I-type film in your SX-70, such as wiring the camera to an external battery pack. Not a battery pack, but something that you can put batteries in it, such as AA. But for this method, I use old packs of film with batteries in it, such as this one right here. This is a 600 pack of film. As you can see, it has the battery. And so yeah, I have been saving these for quite some time now. I have been saving these every time I use them. I don't throw them away, just because I use it for this method. So this is actually a stripped down pack of 600 film to just the battery itself, and then I tape it on to an I-type pack of film. This method works really well. As far as I know, I've only had about 2-3 times that it's failed, just because that it was my early stages of doing this hack. And you're not always going to get it on the first try, so if practice makes perfect. And yeah, just keep trying it over and over, practice on an empty pack of film until you get it down. And eventually you'll start shooting I-type film in your SX-70. It's a lot cheaper actually than shooting, what do you call it? Yeah, instead of buying SX-70 or 600 film. And plus you get to shoot all the fun additions on the SX-70. So yeah, this hack is really nice and probably one of the easier methods to do this as well, other than having to wire and all that. This one you can just, you know, find some tape around your house, as long as you have an external battery pack with, or an empty battery pack with battery in it. So yeah, this method is easier. You are going to want to use an ND filter on top of your I-type film just because of the ISO difference. So I-type shoots at ASA 640 while SX-70 film shoots at ASA 160. So if you're using 640 in an SX-70, so you are going to have to use an ND filter to compensate for that ISO difference. So just to show you an example, so this is I-type film with the battery pack taped on the bottom of it, as you can see, and this is your SX-70. So I'm gonna insert this such as so, and yeah. So it's really fun and easy to do. So now I can get right into showing you how to do it. But before we get into that, this is a little update time. Yes, I am back in school right now. As you didn't tell by the different background, it's my original background. So yeah, back in school. I started back on Sunday, so it is Thursday right now. Fortunately, I don't have classes on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, so those days are free. I do have a class that's starting after midterm, so it's going to be accelerated, which is totally fine by me. But yeah, that makes more time for me to get more content out for you guys, do some projects on my own time, and you know, just experiment with other things. So yeah, it's a little update. I am back here, and get ready for more content, I guess. Alright, so this is everything you're going to need. Obviously, you have your SX-70 camera, an ND filter, some scissors if you're going to want to play it safe. I usually just kind of tear down everything with my hands, but I'm going to take a little more precautions. And I am going to be using Scotch tape to tape the battery on the I-type film. I found that using thinner tape, such as Scotch tape, is a lot easier than using thicker tape, such as duct tape. Just because it's easier to go in and it won't be caught onto anything inside the camera. That's happened to me before, but like I said, you're gonna have to practice over and over again just to get the hang of things, and you know, just get yourself familiar with everything you're working with. So first things first, you have your battery pack, which is this right here. So you're gonna start with this first. So I generally like to break it open with the with my hands. As you can see, I'm holding it on the front side of the pack, and then I push things forward and break it open just like that. As you can see, this little piece came off, and then I kind of just slide everything out, getting everything separated. So this is what you're going for. These two you can just put off to the side, and so this is what you're going to be working with. This is the battery that's inside of the battery pack. So generally I like to break it down by cutting it. As you can see, there's like a little, sort of like a little compartment area that's blocked off by this top piece right here. So I like to just cut the corner part of it. And then from there, there's gonna be like a little opening. Hopefully you can see that. Probably not, but there is gonna be a little opening where you can kind of dig into it using your scissors. Sort of separating those two pieces. And then you'll easily take this front part off. And here is the actual battery of the film, or the battery pack. So you're gonna have to want to take off this back piece right here, this black covering. It is glued on to the battery, so I generally like to start at the bottom and try to work my way up. From here, it is gonna be stuck on pretty well, so make sure not to pull too hard, or else you're gonna break the battery. So. And from here, once you got it separated, such as so, I like to cut it along right here where the lettering stops. So just cut along right there, like that. And so now you still have more of that black covering around the battery. So if you flip it over like this, and then you can see that it's safe to cut around that battery. So just cut off that excess black covering, making sure not to cut anything in here, and then hold on right there, and you should have something like this. As you can see, it's nice and stripped away, and all you have is this right here, your battery. And so from here you can actually tape it onto your battery pack or your I-type film. So this is your I-type film. As you can see, there's no battery at all, and this is just an I-type film. It's just regular standard I-type film, no special additions. So you're gonna want to flip the battery like this onto its backside, and then you're gonna want to have to line it up to see where a real battery pack would be. So if I get this one, where did I put it? So you're gonna want to have to, maybe if you have an extra battery pack lying around, you can use another battery pack to sort of line up where it would be, as you can see. So you're just kind of lining it up along where the contacts would on the camera, inside the camera would be. And so from here, you can start your taping. So I generally like to start with the bottom piece first. So just getting enough to cover the bottom side. And making sure not to move around too much. And if you do move around, just make sure to reposition it. So like that. And then I start on the sides. Like that. I do on all 4 sides just to be extra secure, making sure that the battery doesn't fall off while it's inside of the camera. And it'll be easier to take out as well because everything is in one piece. And lastly, the top side, making sure not to put any tape on the battery where the camera gets the power from. So just making sure not to put any tape over that, or else the battery or the camera's not gonna get any power from the battery. And there is gonna be this little flap right here on the bottom where the black covering ends. I usually like to tape that part too because that can actually catch on to something inside your camera. That's like I said, that's where I messed up before. So just making sure to tape that down as well. And obviously there you can be as neat as you want. You know, there's no real or wrong way to do this. This is just kind of my way to do, you know, just something quick and easy and something that you can quickly put into your camera. And once that's done, you do have to put an ND filter, like I said, on top of the battery because of the ISO difference. So there are instructions to do this on the packaging that this comes in from Polaroid. So making sure not to press down too hard or else you're gonna expose light onto your film. But it's fairly easy. I usually don't do this in direct sunlight when I'm outside. I like to do it indoors. And so once you're done, you should have something like this. Alright, so once you got everything in, you have your camera ready and your battery. And so you kind of just want to making sure nothing's like pushing on the battery on the bottom of the camera. So making sure to just make sure everything is perfectly aligned, and then it should go in perfectly just like that, just as mine did. And you're gonna want to push it, making sure it's nice and secure. And then once you're done, and there it is. So you're using I-type film in your SX-70, and I can show you a couple test shots to let you guys know or show you guys how well this works. So I recommend you guys try this if you're wanting to use I-type film in your SX-70. So let's get right into it. So I am going to be using a shutter release cable that I made. You guys see me use this one before and I've talked about it. So, and I'm using my janky tripod that I got. This is a very old tripod, but I've upgraded now. So just gonna want to put that in if I can. Alright, and I'm gonna turn the exposure down just a bit. And then now it should be ready. And just like that. So let's see how that turns out. So I'm gonna do another shot. Same composition, just a different pose, I guess. So just like that. So that's all the shots I took so far while using this hack. Yeah, like I said, it's really something really easy to do that you can try out yourself if you're wanting to shoot, if you want to shoot cheaper, something cheaper using I-type film, or if you wanted to shoot like the special editions that they've had before. Yeah, definitely try this out for yourself. Just like I said, just maybe practice a couple times with an empty pack of film, just to get yourself familiar with everything, just so you're ready to go when you're actually doing this with a real pack of film. So yeah, it is gonna take some practice. Just keep practicing. You'll get the hang of it sooner or later. But yeah, I decided to just make this video just because, like, lately, well, not lately, but Just over time, I've kept seeing people say to me or comment down below, or people DMing, messaging me on Instagram saying, you know, oh, how is he shooting SX-70 film? How are you doing this? What are you doing? All that, you know. So this video is for you guys who've been asking those questions, and I really hope that I explained all of it really well. And I hope this really is sort of a good way to do this if you wanted to do it. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let's hope you get to do it successfully. I'm rooting for all of you out there, you know, so if you want to try this out, and if you want to, you know, message me, you know, see how things went. If you're having any trouble with it, just message me over on my Instagram. You know, it's always in the description below, or just comment down below too if you're always having trouble. So I'll be available, and we can talk things out. So that's pretty much it. As for the images turned out really good. I believe I have had the film out for more than an hour out of the fridge, and I kind of had to heat them up or like warm them, you know, keep them close to my body, or just kind of hold them in my hands. So I definitely overlooked that, and the images kind of have like a warmish tint to it, but that's fine by me. It really sets the whole mood for the photos, especially the portrait ones by the window. So I hope each and every one of you out there is doing really well. You're safe and all that. You know, have a good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Just keep on shooting, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.